Warning, the following video is extremely disturbing. You've been warned. Good morning, Bachman Middle School. Today is Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. It is a B day, as in bunny, a band day 6. And I'm Mrs. Castle with today's Tiger Talk. Well, you were warned, but you watched the video anyway. Was it disturbing? Oh, not so much. The labels that we give things, others, and even ourselves can be pretty powerful. Labels can be positive, negative, neutral, or even deceptive. Pay attention to how two deceptive labels impact people's thoughts and opinions in this cake experiment.
For our next experiment, we're setting up a taste test. We'll be rigging our food stand with hidden cameras to see if price actually affects taste. Today we'll be offering random people on the street 2 different cake choices. Cake number 1 retails for $15, and cake number 2 costs $55.
Hey, how's it going?
If you happened upon our stand, which cake would you try first? Would you grab a slice of the cheap cake? Or would you splurge on the good stuff? Well, the good news is, we're actually giving away samples of each cake for free. First, the cheap cake.
It's a little dry.
What are you thinking?
Good.
Normal frosting.
It's just dry.
Seems like the $15 cake left a bad taste in their mouths.
I don't know, I'd be kind of disappointed if this was my birthday cake.
Now let's try the same thing again, except this time with the $55 cake. What do you think people will think of the more expensive cake?
It's delicious.
Delicious?
Yeah.
This is the fancy one.
Much better. This is
Much better?
This is really good, dear.
There's a twist to this game. Cake 1 and cake 2 are exactly the same. That's right. They're the exact same cake made with the same ingredients in the same oven at the same time.
But despite that, our volunteers really thought they were tasting 2 different cakes. Well, seeing a higher price tag often makes us believe that product is simply better.
Much moisture.
A more expensive cake must be made with better ingredients.
They're exactly the same.
You're kidding.
Not even kidding.
Oh. You promise?
I promise. I promise.
really.
Same ingredients.
Same
cake.
everything.
Everything same.
These are cakes of lies.
No.
For today's Math Tip Tuesday, let's answer the question, when will we use ratios? Lots of places, like sports, in business, ingredients when cooking, in art, mixing gasoline, and even shopping. If you want more practice with ratios, you can head to pbslearningmedia.org to find some fun activities about proportional relationships among time, distance, and speed, inverse proportions and shadows in the real world, and even proportions and music in practice. There will be a Faith Club meeting this Friday before school in Miss Fedor's room. We'll see you at 8 a.m. for friends, faith, and donuts. Today from 4 to 6 is the BMS Spring Showcase. Here's Miss Matei with today's Literacy Lowdown. Featuring the reading and writing, 6th graders will be showing off.
Hey BMS, it's Miss Matei here, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what we're going to be doing for the Spring Showcase in 6th grade language arts. One of the things that students can do when they come in is they can go over some different nonfiction text structure task cards with their families or their guests, so they can see if their guests can sort these cards based on if it's a descriptive or sequence text, and then the answer keys are out there so they can tell them what they got right and kind of correct them. Another thing that we can do is some word attack. So we have some really huge complicated words here, and 6th graders have all the tools they need to attack and sound out these words, so they can show their families how they do that, and they can challenge their guests to maybe attack a few words too. A favorite of my 6th graders is to have their guests do some reading fluency practice. So they challenge their guests to read, and then they let them know how many words per minute and how many errors they got. They can kind of compare it with some of the work that they've done throughout the school year. And then the last thing, probably my favorite, is a chance to showcase some work. So like I have this beautiful poster of how being in a cave is affecting the boys in all 13. And a bunch of work will be out for students to come around and share with their guests.
Well, that's all for today. Have a good one. Go find a cute little bunny to pet. And go get 'em, tigers. Rawr. I didn't want to do the actual tiger noise because I didn't want to scare them.